It all started with this. This is a massive toy, and even though she told me not to go crazy, that the Razor Crest was big enough, I just couldn't do it. I could not let this just sit on any old shelf. It needed an equally large and ridiculous display, because it's worth it, right? One thing about this project that I'm really interested in is using this old IKEA cabinet. But more importantly, I want to use as many pieces of the cabinet as possible. And it just so happens that this one has a shelf. And this shelf is going to work great as a backplate for us to build detail on that I don't have to go and create and build out of other material to make it work for this. It's the perfect size to slide in. And now we have a backplate. Now I'm telling you up front, I'm going to use the ever-loving Sith out of this laser cutter on this project. I want crazy accurate detail on everything. Now, if you're an awesome member of the Smugglers Guild over on Patreon, you have full access to all the files I created for this project as part of your support. You'll also be able to see the upcoming behind the scenes on how we're going to finish this beast off. And while we're on the subject, how about a huge thank you to all the existing Smugglers Guild members? Your support is how we keep this crazy geek speeder going. So if you're not a member already and you want to keep helping us make this content, now is a great time to join. It's all very heavily laser cut involved. Like, the reason I did that, or the reason I'm doing that for this particularly, is that most of you know I'm pretty obsessed with the laser cutter, and it felt like it was sort of a unique way to do artwork, something that maybe not everyone is doing, using the laser cutter and using Ghibli-esque and Star Wars-ish or sci-fi designs to create a sculpture. When I was in art school years and years ago, there was just a lot of conversation about artists approaching sculpture, a physical three-dimensional piece, using a variety of mediums, everything from carving wood to taking random objects and gluing them to a canvas. And there was a lot of just really interesting, creative ways to do things. And I don't think I had ever thought about treating the stuff that we all get excited about and nerd out about as artwork. have all of our pieces airbrushed. I'm using this, it's called Burnt Iron. It's a metallic color by Vallejo. They're about $9 a bottle, a little bit cheaper on Amazon. I'll put a link for you. It gives a pretty great coverage. This is sort of an expensive way to do this, but there aren't a ton of pieces. So with the size of this project, this is pretty doable. I've sprayed all this pieces and I still have about half of this bottle left, so that's good. And now we're gonna go ahead and do the assembly of it. And then we'll be able to go in and further weather all the pieces. The color choice for me was a little complicated. I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do, but I like this kind of almost Beskar color to help tie into the whole Razor Crest Mandalorian thing. So that's what we're doing. So let's get these pieces assembled. We are super excited that today our store is open and we're featuring a brand new design that came from this project. It's actually this section that you're seeing right here, and it'll include multiple layers and wheels that you can use in your room builds or projects. We also have other project kits, colored tiles, digital downloads, and more available today. So if you need something for your projects, head on over to thesmugglersroom.com and check out the cargo hold. You'll find a link below. Thank you, and back to the build. Do you recognize this part of the project? If you do, then you've seen us make this and all the details on how to make it. If you haven't, then there's a link above and in the description below. We built the foam aspects of this project in a previous episode. You definitely want to check it out so you can see all the steps on how to make a wall piece and all the greeblies for yourself. This project has already been much longer than most, and I think that has to do with the amount of design. So at the risk of making something longer, I'm going to quickly explain this, and then my lovely wife Carissa behind the editing will give you glimpses of it because it's a little dark. I wanted to have a lot of pipe work, and so I've made a whole range of different types of pipe, and I basically hit them with some black paint, and then I sprayed them with some of this burnt iron. And what you're seeing right now is me kind of putting these in place. We're going to compact this little compartment full of all these pipes, and then we're going to do some illumination, probably some weathering and whatnot. I wanted to explain what I did. I just mixed a whole bunch of different couplings together, a bunch of different types of pipes, and tried to jam pack that little compartment as tightly as I could to generate some geeky interest. There we go. I wanted to include a plaque that indicated that this is all about the Razor Crest. However, I didn't want something super cheesy. So I thought a subtle way to add this detail would be to build an element of the base that indicated that this was the Razor Crest, with a small little section of airbush writing and a super cool blueprint design that we could light up from the back. This project is far from done. I know, I sort of dislike multi-part episodes, and YouTube as a whole really dislikes them. Having said that, I think we have some really creative ways coming up that we can continue to build and also provide value and enjoyment on the project going forward. We have a bucket full of electronics and lighting to add to this build. We also need to add additional recess details in several areas, and most importantly, we need to build out the base that the actual Razor Crest is going to sit on. I mean, you didn't think I was just going to put the Razor Crest on top of the IKEA box and call it a day. You know me better than that. So let's just agree that we have a ton more to do. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait to show you. And we'll get back to it really soon. You know, like the next time we build something out of nothing. Okay, I'm getting out of here. It's -4 degrees. And you're gonna just wait. Just wait here. You know, till I get back. Just wait here. I'll be back.